Hello everyone, it's end of July here, nice evening, and I thought I'd finally show you guys my chicken coop. I'm sure you can hear the girls in the background. We've had this for maybe 6 weeks so far, maybe even a little bit longer, 2 months, and I haven't been able to do an official overview on it. Been too windy, too busy, but anyway, let's get into it. First off, we have the barn cat Bill. He's making his presence known. He's the same cat that's on the intro of all my videos, him and Peach. Anyway, here is the coop in the pen, the chicken run, whatever you want to call it. There has been an expansion since I previously built it, but the original coop was 8 feet by 12 feet. On the bottom is 2x6 pressure treated lumber. Everything else is 2x4 8-foot spruce, just your regular 2x4s. And then on the corners, both corners, they're 4x4s, and they're not cemented in the ground, but we have these. You can kind of see in the edge of the green. They're stakes that go into the ground, like they fit around the 4x4, maybe about 6 inches high, and they fit into the. You pound them into the ground with a sledgehammer or an axe or a maul or whatever you have, and they go in about maybe 26 inches, and that's plenty to anchor this structure. The whole entire thing is covered with your standard run-of-the-mill, I guess is what, 1 inch chicken wire, 3/4 inch chicken wire on the ceiling, on the sides, and then along the bottom it goes in the ground. Can't see it anywhere because the weeds are growing up, but it goes in the ground a good 6 inches. That way it'll help deter the chickens from, 1, scratching out of it, and 2, predators from going in. I mean, we've had this for quite a while, and we haven't had any issues with predators. Not even a cat. You can see the Bill cat over there. He doesn't really seem to care. He looks at him every once in a while, but we never have issues. For the door here is just a 2x4 frame with a brace here, again with the wire on it. And then to keep it locked, we just have a simple bar latch here with some handles to open it up. I'll go in a second to show you the inside. The roof is just the outside dimensions are 4 foot by 3 foot, so it's 12 square feet. We have 9 chickens, and there's plenty of space for them inside at night. However, with going with that, I did make it a little bit bigger, so it actually has probably closer to 18 square feet, which you'll see on the other side. But anyway, it has a sloped roof here. Nothing's painted, nothing shingled, nothing like that. But on the outside, again along here, we have the chicken wire off here. My girlfriend, she named all the chickens and put these tags on their legs, and she has these neat signs here: fresh eggs, tack chicken thing, just to kind of make it a little fun. And then on the roof here, it's vented in the back, but there is chicken wire along the back. Same thing with the other side. At nighttime, the chickens go inside the coop to roost. I have a door here, it's about 10 inches by 1 foot high. I have a ramp built here just out of plywood and some little strips, 1x2 strips. Little platform here with a little bit of a roof, so they don't have to come out in the rain, or just, I don't know, make it feel more homely for them. And I know you could do a lot less to keep chickens, and you could build much more elaborate. But this is what I built with the money that I had and the ideas that I had. Again, there's a 4x4 here, and then there's one on the other side to basically hold up this structure, again with the 26, 28 inch spikes that go in the ground. You can kind of see them a bit better there. And then the rest of it is just anchored directly to the shop here. There's some big beams in there, and again, there's not a lot of weight here. Even when we get snow and all that, I've been walking around, and like I was in there, so it'll hold, probably a number of hundreds of pounds without any problem. Then we have another chicken coop sign on there. I'll go inside. Actually, a little bit better to see in there. The girls are all very friendly. We have a couple things: this bucket, this rock, and the old feeder over there. We put their food on there. We give them just this like corn mash or corn mix. I'm not sure what it's. It's chicken feed. The chickens we have, they're all layers. We have 9 chickens. 8 of them, I think the red ones are Rhode Island Red, and the other one is a bar rock, I think, the black and white one. She's about 1.5 years old. These ones here, these are all this year. They were born probably in April or May. They're about, I don't know, 5 or 6 months old by now. Have a little perch here for them. They don't go up there that much, but most of them are pretty friendly. You can pick them up, and except the black one there. Her name is Millie. My girlfriend, she named all these. I didn't name any of them, but she's not the most friendly. I mean, she won't attack you, but she won't really let you go and pet her. She always goes away. And then we have a water here just on a plastic. This is a 1 gallon can. We decided to go with 1 gallon because it's cheap for one reason, and two, out here in the sun, if you'd have a 3 or a 5 gallon, the algae and stuff would just build up too much, and then the water would end up getting a little stagnant. And we'd rather replace it every day, every other day, than to worry about having bad water. So then we're in here, and this is the actual addition that I would put on before we even had the chickens. Originally it came to here, it was just a 3x4 rectangle, but I added on this little extension piece here, and all the doors, it's simple, just has 2x4s holding it shut, and then just some regular door hinges. And then up here there's a vent, again chicken wired in, because at nighttime they go inside here, inside the coop. They go in there by themselves, and then I have a little door. I'll show you the mechanism inside. There's a string on the outside that you unhook it, and there's a slide into it that slides down, and it keeps them locked in nice and secure. I mean, we keep the outside fence locked. We keep this, locked, not padlocked, but locked shut. So, it's going to be very hard for something to actually get in here. I mean, if it's a coyote or something bigger, which we really don't have issues with them up here, because I think there's just too much activity, too much light, too much with the horses. Anyway, so this is the extension that I put on. Also put on this roof. This way, if we're in cleaning the coop, or we're collecting eggs and it's raining, it's just a simple 2x4 frame with a plywood roof. And then watch out. And then in here is the actual coop. It needs to be cleaned. We'll clean it tomorrow. We usually clean it maybe every other day, every 3 days. It's not bad. There's no odor. It doesn't stink. It's not bad. It's just, got to clean the poo up every so often, and because if you don't, the chickens will get sick, and plus this is not a nice environment for them. Same thing in here. We have another 1 gallon water. This one stays in here at night all the time, so they have fresh water during the evening. And there's one right there going into the box. We have 3 nesting boxes. Right now they're only using the bottom 2. They don't use the third one. So what we do is when we collect the eggs throughout the day, we put them up here. And as you see, there are, I believe, 2, 4, so there are 8 eggs up here, and there's one. Quiet down. We actually have 1 egg underneath here, which there's one chicken that she always lays them underneath this, like on the dirt. We don't know why. But we have been getting quite a few doubles and large eggs. Look at the size of that. Compared to, this is the normal size eggs that we get, which would be considered a medium to large size. And look at this. This is definitely a double, which means it has a double yolk. It's very easy to tell because it has like a bump towards the top. It's not a smooth turn. It has like a little bit of a band here. So there's definitely 2 yolks in that, and then double the white, and it makes a nice egg. And some of the eggs you can see are the darker brown, some are the lighter ones. The lighter ones are more so from the black chicken, but a lot of the other ones have been kind to lay that type as well. We may move this nesting box at some point along here, so they actually use it, but right now there's no issue with them, sharing it. Some days we come in here and there's 4 eggs in one box, and we don't find any broken, we don't find any smashed, so I think everybody's getting along and don't mind it. Then here, again, the back vent, you gotta quiet down. The back vent will stay open all the time throughout the winter. Let's just shut this here. It just has the simple things like this. We figured don't have to make it that elaborate. But the vent up here, I have a piece of plywood cut to fit over top of this chicken wire. Our main winds come from the north to the south, especially along the building here. So we wanted to block that off from mainly not so much the cold, but for the cold wind and also the snow. Rain is not an issue because we have this extra roof above us here that keeps the rain out, and it will also keep the snow up, but just the bitter cold winds that come through here, we'd figure we we're going to patch it up. I have a piece cut to put it in the winter time. And then over here, this is another 8 by 12 area. So the total area is 16 feet by 12 feet. So that's what, 160, I mean, it's what, I don't know, close to 200 square feet, I guess. 160 and 32, yeah, so close to 200 square feet, which is way more than what 9 chickens need. But we figured we had a little bit of money coming in from selling the eggs. We've been selling it to boarders and just to different people that want to buy them. So I went ahead and built this actually yesterday. I put the chicken wire on yesterday and built the frame the day before. Got caught up in the rain, that's why I couldn't finish it. But again, this one's only 4 feet tall. Again, pressure treated along the bottom and the side there. An anchor post, a 4x4 to hold it up. Again, pressure treated lumber, 2x6. And then on the roof here, you know, this is not much weight. It's just basically the weight of the 2x4s. The chicken wire doesn't weigh anything. In the winter time, when it comes to snow, because of the cold winds mainly come from this side, what we're probably going to do is board up this whole side to give them, maybe leave a bit of the top for venting or at the bottom for venting, but basically close off the other side, because in the winter time there's no grass for them to eat. They're not going to be out scratching around as much as they are now. They're going to be huddled up together and eating more of the feed, because, you know, everything slows down in the winter time. Their metabolism slows down, the egg production slows down, you know, because it's not going to be heated. Most likely this is not going to be heated inside unless we really have a need for that. And then, you know, I'll monitor it with a min-max thermometer when it starts getting colder. If we need be to put a heat lamp in there or any type of incandescent bulb to give it a little bit of heat, we will do that, or enough to keep the water from freezing. But I think we'll manage okay. The worst thing would be to protect it from the snow, which again we may put just some 1/4 inch chipboard on the roof and on the sides to kind of dissipate the snow a bit, or to help, you know, so it doesn't just lay feet of snow in here. It's not too much of a wind tunnel effect this way. On the other side of the shop, which would be the west side, there's a big wind tunnel effect. Here there really isn't one. Today's actually a calm day for once, which is another reason why I'm able to film. But as you can see, you know, they're happy in here. They love scratching around. We have some maybe I call them wood chips before. They're not wood chips. They're like the shavings that you put like in a horse stall or in a hamster cage, and it helps with cleaning up after them, cleaning up their poo and stuff, and also so you're not stepping in it. And even we had rain the other day, and once they dry out they get fluffy again. Plus the chickens, they like scratching around in them. They can see them scratching around, and they start digging holes already. And over there they had, like, that used to be 2 feet high full of grass yesterday, and they already have it all mowed down. And I mean, I'm sure in the next couple of months they'll have it down to bare ground, and they dig for worms. And I don't know, it's interesting. It is interesting to come out here and just watch them. And as you can see, they're all, you know, they're not afraid of us anymore. They're not afraid of you. You know, you can go over to them. Some of them pet them, or, you know, whatever you do with chickens. But none of them are that skittish with you, and they just, you know, they act like chickens, I guess. So anyway, that's the overview of the chicken coop. If anybody is interested in actually getting like a draw, well, not really a drawing, I don't really have a drawing of it, but maybe more so with dimensions or exactly what type of lumber, sizes, what size chicken wire, how I attach it together, which I can show you right here. You can see these white things. I originally was going to wire it all together, but then I figured, you know what, I'm going to use zip ties every 3 inches, and the gap that's in between there is no bigger than the gap that's here, so I figured it's going to be perfectly fine. And zip ties were a lot easier, especially on the roof. Like on this side, I used wire and fed it through each one, and that just takes forever and it's such a pain. So these, I just put some zip ties up, and, you know, realistically, from the outside looking at you kind of ignore, you don't even see the zip ties unless, you know, someone says, hey, look at the zip ties. But they're white. We didn't have black or gray, but again, I think this is sufficient. This is more than sufficient than from what a lot of people have. But this is what we feel the chickens will like, and the goal is for these guys to be around for many years, and to provide us with eggs for many years. These chickens won't be meat chickens at all. We're not slaughtering chickens here. We're just having them for the eggs, and also just, you know, for a farm animal and for a pet kind of, and for fun. So that's the video of the chicken coop. Feel free to leave questions or comments in the bottom, and thanks for watching.